స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది.
అడుగు అక్కడ ప్రొఫెసర్ ని అడిగా తెలుసు నేను ఏమని చెప్తావు.
So how was mock 2? Bad? Very bad? Worst? Easy? Easy? Yeah, Pradeep. How many attempts? 23. 23 attempts. And how many correct? 13 correct. DILR was good. Okay. Then, so students of batch 1, 2, and 4 and weekend. So you guys have already taken a mock 1. So what was your learning from that mock? There should be some learning every mock. Kada, edo oka nerchukovali. You need to learn something. You need to gain something out of mock. So what was your learning from mock 1? Right? Questions. మరి సెకండ్ మాక్ లో అది ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేసావా? ఏది అందుకనే ఆ మార్క్స్ అయినా వచ్చాయా? సో 48 కదా. నో విల్ 48 గెట్ యూ సీట్ ఇన్ ఐఎం? నో. సో మాక్ 1 ఎంత పర్సెంటైల్ రాకేష్? 60 something. So now it was 82 nearly. Fine. So students of batch 3 and batch 5. My name, I won't disclose your marks. So don't worry. అందరూ అలా ఉంటారు కదా, అందరూ అలా ఉంటారు. Okay. See, the irony is no student has more than 80% accuracy. 80 or more than 80% accuracy. Make accuracy లేదు first. So the highest percent accuracy was 28 out of 40. అంటే 75 plus something. 30%, 70%. Now, can you expect 70 and a good percentile with 70% accuracy in the exam? No, definitely no. 70% అంటే 10 పెడితే మీకు 7 right, 3 wrong. So 10 questions. So 21 minus 3, 18. So it's as good as attempting 6 questions, sir. And you will be wasting 10 more minutes to attempt 3 questions. 10 minutes and 10 minutes waste avutayi, plus you are ending with same marks. Okay, so 45 marks, 80%. So 46 marks was 79.3. So 46 marks and 15 questions overall. So to cross 70% or to get close to 80%, all you need to do is mark 15 questions and 5 in each section anukunna sare you should be getting 45 marks kada. Okay, because I do not have section wise comparison here. So how was LRDA section? Easy, moderate, difficult? How was LRDA section? Mock 1 was easy compared to mock 2. Okay, mock 2 is difficult. Difficult in the sense like how many marks can you get in mock 2 of LRDA section of mock 2? How many marks can I expect? Because 12 marks in LRDA was around 68%. And if you get 4 questions right, okay, your percentile was 68, which tells me that everyone has attempted 4 questions. There is one easy set which everyone has attempted. Correct. So 6 questions, 7 questions will be like 85%. So I don't think LRDA section of mock 1 easy when compared to mock 2 is also easy. It's more on a easy to moderate level paper. So there might be a difficulty in one set which we will be discussing today. But the remaining sets, I expect everyone to do those 4 questions for sure. Guys, if you're not getting 12 marks in LRDA in this paper, you need to either speed up your preparation or you need to change your strategy. So there might be students who lost marks because of some calculation mistakes or just because of misunderstanding a question. That's completely fine. But you should not repeat those mistakes in your next one. So please work on accuracy. I've been telling this from the first class. ఎవరైనా వచ్చేసి నేను 40 క్వశ్చన్స్ అటెంప్ట్ చేస్తాను క్యాట్ లో అంటే ఐ డోంట్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ హిమ్ టు గెట్ ఇన్ టు ఆర్ గెట్ ఎ గుడ్ పర్సెంటైల్. టచ్ వుడ్ అంటే ఉంటారు, బట్ స్టిల్. But if a student comes to me that, sir, I have attempted only 24 questions and I'm confident about getting all the questions right, that should be a good attempt, kada? Okay, because I keep on telling one student of CAT 21 batch as an example. He attempted 10 questions from logical reasoning section, out of which one is a theta question. He has guessed that 9 questions, 8 correct, 97%. Same he has done with quantitative aptitude and verbal ability also. And now he joined IIM Rohtak. An average student. So just work on your accuracy first. 10 questions మీరు మార్క్ చేస్తే out of them 9 should be correct or at least 8 should be correct. So because those who got how many? 44 marks, 31 attempts, 30 attempts, 46 attempts. Okay, 35 attempts. And attempts అవసరం లేదు 45 మార్క్స్ రావాలంటే 15 attempts or 4 or 10% calculation mistakes కానీ ఏమని అనుకున్న 17 questions or 18 questions will get you 45 marks. So it's always easy to pick up speed. When you practice more number of questions, automatically you will gain speed. కానీ accuracy అంటే పికప్ చేసుకోవడం చాలా కష్టం. So work on accuracy first. Mock 3 లో అయినా if you're confident about only getting 6 questions right, mark and attempt 6 questions, okay, you'll get 18 marks. Instead 10 attempt chesi 4 mistake aithe you'll be ending up with 14. Now coming to the LRDA section of mock 2. I assume this is the first set for everyone. I don't think there is jumble of sets. There is no jumbling of sets. Okay. So how many of you have skipped this just by seeing the graph? మరి ఇంకెందుకు అన్ని డేటా ఇంటర్ప్రిటేషన్ సెషన్స్ పెట్టేందుకు? Then why did we have 4 to 5 data interpretation sessions? Then data interpretation tests. We have also solved this type of graph in class also, if you remember. Quant based reasoning. Pipes, pipe A, pipe B, total volume 100,000 liters, pipe and tank B 500 liters, same type of graph. Okay. So please do not skip just by seeing the graph. First try to analyze the question. Okay. Now, sales manager in a certain textile mill was auditing the data related to sales and manufacturing costs of 4 fabrics: cotton, crepe, linen, and georgette, manufactured in a textile mill. he calculated the percentage increases in manufacturing costs and sales of 4 fabrics in each month from February to May. Okay, so you are given with 2 graphs. Percentage increase in manufacturing cost, percentage increase in selling price. He prepared 2 spiral graphs or spider graphs. The first one showing month-on-month increase in the sales of each fabric, okay, for the given period, and the second one showing the month-on-month percentage increasing in manufacturing cost. However, in spider charts, instead of using the names of fabrics, and instead of using cotton, crepe, linen, and georgette, what he has used? Fabrics. Fabric A, fabric B, fabric C, fabric D. Okay, and in no particular order. Further, it is also known that sales of no fabric in the company incurred loss during any of the given months. Loss ralet taniki. And what can you say? Loss ralet. So selling price is greater than or equal to cost price. So sales should be greater than or equal to manufacturing costs. Now we are given with both for each of these fabrics: cotton, crepe, linen, and georgette. And you are given with percentage increases. And given with a percentage increase, multiplying factor untadu. Now, multiplying factor into sales will give us the total sales at the end of April or May for these 4 months. Okay, this is January ichadu. Now, given with the percentage increases, we can calculate sales in the month of February, March, April, and May. Same for manufacturing costs also. Okay, so for all these months, what should be the scenario? Sales should be greater than manufacturing costs. And you have calculator also. ఇప్పుడు ఐడియా ఉందా పోనీ ఏం చెయ్యాలి అన్నది? Yes or no? ఇంకా అర్థం కాలేదా సెట్? How many of you did not understand? Okay. So I have made a table out of this spider graphs. Okay. Now percentage increase in selling price for fabric A in February 10%, March 15, April 15, May 15. Sorry, May 5. Now, if I consider the selling price as X in the month of January, what will be the selling price of that fabric in the month of February? Into 1.1. Now, in March, into 1.15. In April, into 1.15. In May, 1.05. Now, this will be the selling price of that fabric. We do not know which fabric it is. Okay. Now we have selling price at the end of May for a particular fabric. Now coming to manufacturing price. Now if I consider this as Y of fabric A, the manufacturing cost as Y, the manufacturing cost at the end of May will be into 1.1, into 1.2, into 1.25, into 1.05. Now are we given with values of X and Y? Yes. మనకి ఏ ఫ్యాబ్రిక్ తెలియదు కదా. సో X can be either 160 or 250 or 140 or 220. Now value of Y would be 110. ఎప్పుడు? When the value of X is 160. Value of Y will be 210 when the value of X is 250. And so on. ఇంకా అర్థం కాలే చక్రధర్? ఓకే. సో దీని ఫ్యాబ్రిక్ ఏ మే మంత్ ఎండింగ్ లో దాని సెల్లింగ్ ప్రైస్ వచ్చేసి ఎంతనన్నా? X into something. X అంటే ఎయిదర్ ఇట్ కెన్ బి 160. ఎప్పుడు? when cotton is fabric A. Okay, so X will be 250. ఎప్పుడు? when fabric A is crepe. Okay, so X value will be 140 when fabric A is linen, and X value is 220 when the fabric A is georgette. Now X value 160 అయినప్పుడు Y value ఎంత? 110. X value 250 అయినప్పుడు what is the value of Y? 210. Linen 140, then 130, 220, then 190. So what can you say between these two quantities, these two amounts? There is no loss అన్నాడు కదా. So sales should always be greater than manufacturing costs. Ante. So we have done this for fabric A. You can also do it for fabric B. You can also do it for fabric C. You can also do it for fabric D. So X value దేనికి ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ లినైన్ తీసుకుందాం 140 and 130. So these are very close to each other. Kada. These are very close to each other. Sales 140 and manufacturing cost is 130. Now, can I say the resultant percentage change because of these four changes should also be minimum? లేకపోతే ఏమవుతుంది 130 into for example ఇది for example 1.5 వచ్చింది అనుకుందాం. Let the resultant percentage change is 1.5. Now let the resultant percentage change because of these as 1.2. If that's the scenario, can this be linen? అవుతుందా అవదా? Now 1.5 into 130 ఎంత 195. Now 1.2 into 140. Now can the value of X be 140 and can the value of Y be 130? No, because this value should be greater than that. This is my analysis. నాకు ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలో తెలుసు. But will I solve this set? Depends on the remaining sets. Because you need to calculate the resultant percentage change because of these four, for these four, again for these four. So total 8. Okay. Let this be A, B, C, and D. These are nothing but resultant percentage changes. Or multiplying factor can be 1 point A, 1 point B, 1 point C, 1 point D. Alage resultant percentage change or multiplying factor can be 1 point X, 1 point Y, 1 point Z, and 1 point R. And వచ్చింది అనుకున్నాం. Okay. Now this value into this should be greater than this value into this. So మీరు trail and error use చేయాలి. You need to find the value of X and Y satisfying for these all these four inequalities. అది చేస్తే you can solve this. So this is definitely a time taking thing because using calculator is not that easy. So even after knowing that what to do in this question, I will not be starting with this question. నాకు ఏం చేయాలో తెలుసు అలా అని చెప్పి నేను చేశాను because I want to see the remaining sets also. Clear? ఎవరికైనా ఇంకా అర్థం కాలేదా how to solve this question అని? Okay, don't worry, we'll solve this. Okay, but I can say that it will take 8 to 10 minutes to solve this set completely. So I'll be moving to not required kada. See, నేను ఇది ఎందుకంటే మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయడానికి. You know the procedure. First thing ఏం చేయాలి, what was given and what was asked. How much time will you take to solve the set? First అది మీరు జడ్జ్ చేయాలి. Yes. Okay. So నేను డేటా చదివిన వెంటనే I have understood that okay మనకు తెలియదు. So you need to find out what is fabric A, what is fabric B, what is fabric C, and what is fabric D. In order to do that, we are given with these. చెయ్యాలంటే ట్రైల్ అండ్ ఎర్రర్ చెయ్యొచ్చు, కానీ can we solve it in less than 8 minutes? I doubt. So that's the reason I will not be starting my attempt with this set. అందుకని నేను నెక్స్ట్ సెట్ కి వెళ్తాను. It's not that graph choose భయపడో, it's nothing like that. Clear? Now, how many of you did not attempt this question? Why? Again graph. So what is your understanding then? No, you have only 2 types of marks. Okay. Now the total marks in engineering for a certain student named Joshua comprises 2 different marks. Only 2 different marks kada. One is theory, the other one is practical marks. Okay. Now the following scattered plot or scattered graph provides the total marks and the theory marks for Joshua during the 8 semesters. So you have total marks on the x-axis and theory marks on the y-axis. Okay. Further, it is given that total marks in any semester for Joshua are more than those that in previous semester. So total marks in semester 1 are less than total marks in semester 2, less than 3, less than 4, less than 5, less than 6, less than 7, less than 8. Now total marks anta 120, 131 or 132, 145, 151, then 156, 162, 174, 190. Now, this is semester marks first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. ఎందుకని ఇది ఇచ్చాడు కదా. Total marks in any semester for Joshua are more than those in the previous semester. So ఇదే order. Now 120 marks లో 60 are theory marks, 64 are theory, then here 69, 77, 84, again 77, 89 and 94. So మీ దగ్గర total marks ఉన్నాయి, theory marks ఉన్నాయి. Can we find practical marks? Yes, you can. అదే instead of scattered graph, ఇలా లైన్ గ్రాఫ్ ఇచ్చుంటే you might have attempted it. You might have attempted it. The only reason I think that you left this question is we have not practiced scattered graph in our DA sessions. అంతేనా? మా scattered graph అంటే points కదా. Now if you join these points, you will get a line graph. But if you have understood the data, this is an easy question, very easy question. Now, comparing these two, question 1 or set 1, which is easy? This one. Data కావాల్సినంత ఇచ్చాడు. Now let's see if the questions are easy or difficult. The theory marks as a percentage of total marks during any given semesters is at most. So you need to find the maximum percentage of theory marks of out of total marks. Doable. During how many of the given semesters were practical marks as a percentage of total marks greater than 50? ఇది కూడా determine చేయొచ్చు. Okay, percentage increase. Again, you can calculate. This is an independent question. So from question 1 to question 2, which should I attempt first? This one. Out of question 1 and set 1 and set 2, I will be attempting this first. Now, దీనికన్నా easy questions ఉన్నాయో లేదో చూడాలి. Okay, any doubts still here? Students online.
No,
But this
sir.
will be more of an analysis session. We'll also solve sets. Don't worry.
సార్
Yes.
సార్ ఇది ఈజీగా ఉందని చెప్పి స్కిప్ చేసి లాస్ట్ లో పెట్టుకోవచ్చా?
ఈజీగా ఉన్నదని చెప్పి స్కిప్ చేసి లాస్ట్ లో పెట్టుకోవడం అన్నది ఐ డోంట్ థింక్ దట్స్ కరెక్ట్.
ఓకే
Okay, so think
Okay, sir.
about this kada. So even if you can solve this question in 8 minutes, you already have 12 marks in your hand after 8 minutes. So think about your confidence.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay, once a confidence వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, then you have 30 more minutes to attempt one more set, 8 questions. So think in that way. Okay, so ఒకసారి ఈజీ క్వశ్చన్ చిప్పుని చివరికి పెట్టుకోండి. Okay, మీ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ మీరు రివ్యూ చేసుకోండి. రివ్యూ యువర్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ బై జస్ట్ కీపింగ్ ఈజీ క్వశ్చన్స్ టు ద లాస్ట్. ఓకే, నౌ ఇంకోసారి ఈజీ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఫస్ట్ అటెంప్ట్ చేయండి. పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఏది బెటర్ ఉంది? సో ఇన్ విచ్ మార్క్ డిడ్ యూ గెట్ మోర్ మార్క్స్? దట్స్ మోర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్.
ఓకే సార్.
Sir,
Okay.
do we need to first scan all the questions or else just solve and go one by one?
No, I will scan the entire paper first. So I want you guys to spend like 5 to 6 minutes in scanning. Then if you get the hardest question as your first question, then what will you do? You will miss out the easy ones which are at the end kada. So my advice would be in quant that might not be the case where there will be lot of questions. In logical reasoning and verbal ability. Okay, so just going through either the RC or the set, you can determine whether that's a moderate level set or an easy set or a difficult one. Okay, so my suggestion would be scan the entire paper first, identify the easy set, and then plan your 40 minutes accordingly. So that first 5 minutes should be an investment to effectively spend the remaining 30 minutes or 35 minutes. Okay. Now, so I'm sure about getting all these 4 answers. And prima facie, my confidence is like I have 12 marks. In A set ochna raakpoina, idi cheskunte నాకు 12 marks vastayi. I have 12 marks in my hand. Okay. So a mechanic used to make and sell 4 types of custom-made bikes, 4 different brands, 4 major components: tires, engine, speedometers, and brakes. We have 4 different brands of tires, 4 different brands of engines, 4 different brands of speedometers, and 4 different brands of brakes. Okay. Out of these 4 models, which Akash sold, one was the cheapest, in which he used the cheapest brand of all the 4 components. Okay. And the other was the costliest, in which he used the costliest brand of all the 4 components. And you are given with 8 statements. So I need not write all these 8 statements. Na analysis ante 4 engines unnai, 4 bikes, 4 tires, 4 brakes, 4 speedometers. Okay, A4 pair annadi you need to form. Ante kada. So which speedometer is used along with Loza brakes? This might be an easy. And if you are good at puzzles, puzzles lo if you consider your puzzles as your strength, you can solve this question. But comparing this with the previous question, which should I attempt first? The previous. Direct questions kadanni. మధ్యలో ఎక్కడైనా స్టక్ అయిపోతామేమో. You might also get stuck in the middle because of not interpreting one statement properly. Okay, so my safe bet would be the previous question. Okay, so I will be attempting either this question or the first question depending on your strength after attempting the second set. That should be your analysis. Okay, so how many of you left this question without even reading? Chadive. Now if there is one question which you can leave, that is this question in this paper. Okay, so Mr. Wills, a factory owner, had data regarding the number of pairs of shoes manufactured in a company on 8 consecutive months, months 1 to month 8. In a particular month in a company meeting, he gave 8 employees, Robin, Reeves, Steve, Tony, Peterson, Mike, Layton, and Stark, partial data about the number of pair of shoes in the following manner. To one employee, he gave the number of pairs of shoes manufactured in the first month, to the another shoes manufactured in the first 2 months, then first 3 months, and so on. Okay. Now he asked each employee to draw a circle graph, ante pie chart. Okay. So circle graph with only the data that he has been given, such that each sector in the circle graph he drew corresponds to the number of pairs of shoes manufactured on each month. Now, after the 8 employees drew their respective circle graphs, each employee was asked to report the angle in degrees, which represented the number of pairs of shoes manufactured on month 1. So Robin had 36 degrees, Reeve 96, Steven 144, Tony 54, Peterson 360, Mike 272, Layton 216, Stark 48. Can someone tell me who was given with only month 1 data?
Peterson.
Peterson, how can you say that? 360 degrees. So he was given with a particular data of only month 1. Okay. Then for example, I sold 100 shoes in Jan, 200 shoes in Feb, and 300 shoes in March. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను ఈ ఒక్క డేటా మాత్రమే నీకు ఇచ్చాను. ఓకే, నీకు ఈ 2 months ఇచ్చాను, మీకు ఈ 3 months ఇచ్చాను. ఓకే, ఐ ఆస్క్ యూ టు మేక్ ఏ పై చార్ట్. సో ఏం 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 చేస్తావు? మొత్తం సర్కిల్లో నీకు ఒకటే వాల్యూ ఉంటుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్? 100. ఓకే, 2 months. సో 100 and 200. So the pie chart would be somewhat like this, because you have two data, 200 here and 100 here. Now 300 inko abbai ichchanu kada, so he will be having 3 segments. So if you observe, ee angle edaithe undo that will be decreasing. 1 month ichchina vadiki data 360 degrees. Okay, so 2 months. So who was given with data of 2 months? Next highest ever. Okay, he was given with 1 month data. 2, who was given with data of 3 months? 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, Tonia, 7 months and 8 months. Now if you have understood this is a doable question. Kani ee idea raavadame the real challenge. So I don't expect you guys to attempt this question. Idea వచ్చిందా? అయినా అటెంప్ట్ చేశారా? చేయలేదు. వెరీ గుడ్. 2 questions వచ్చాయి. బట్ థింక్ అబౌట్ దిస్ కదా, ద టైమ్ దట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ టు ఆర్ వేస్ట్ ఆన్ దీస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్స్. సో ఎన్ని మినిట్స్ స్పెండ్ చేస్తాం? ఓకే, సో ప్రీవియస్ క్వశ్చన్ సెకండ్ సెట్ చేసావా? అది చేసిన తర్వాత ఇది చేస్తే ఫైన్. Clear? So if you have understood this, then this is a doable set. But I don't expect students to solve this question, because you will be under first month based on second month ratios konukoni, and we will be doing this set now, so don't worry. But difficulty level chuste, I will be attempting which set should I attempt first? Second, followed by 3, 1, then this. That should be your order. Now coming to games and tournaments, how many of you tried solving this question? How many of you got all the 4 questions right? Adenti?
Yes, sir.
Now is this a difficult question or easy question from games and tournaments? How can you say that this is an easy set? You are only given the details with respect to the wins and losses of teams played. Goals conceded gaane, goals against gaane levu, which might complicate a question from games and tournaments kada. So is this a knockout tournament or a round robin tournament? Round robin, because one team will be playing matches with all the remaining teams. Okay, so how many teams do we have? Okay, how many matches will these 7 teams play? 21 matches. Okay, so there are total 21 matches being played. Now if you observe session 1, BKR and NI both won against PD. So you are given data with respect to 2 matches. BKR played with PD and NI with PD. A result kuda ichcharu meeku. Next, RCB won against these 2 but lost to NI. You are given with the data for 3 matches. Now data with respect to 2 matches. CSK and GL both lost against SHR. Now, so how many? 2 plus 3 plus 2, 7. So you already have the data with respect to 7 matches. Next, session 2. So see, all won against PD. So you are given with data with respect to 4 matches. Next, BKR and CKS won against GL. Data with respect to 2. CKS, okay, CSK, SRH and GL lost against MI. 3. RCB won 2 matches. Okay, partial information 2. So 2 plus 2 plus 3, 7. So 7 plus 4 plus 7, 18. So out of 21 matches, You are given with the data with respect to 18 matches. Kada? Now decide, is it a difficult set or a moderate level set or an easy set? It's there kada data. At least 16 matches. You are not sure about these two. And 16 matches data on there. You need to fill only the matches with respect to 5 teams. Okay. Now out of these 5 questions, which set should I attempt first? So how many of you have attempted set number 2 first?
Yes.
What about the remaining? Games and tournaments. So how much time did you spend? Why? You can solve the second set in 5 minutes or 6 minutes. Kada. So if I have to analyze this paper, spiral graph, moderate, which will take time. Moderate, difficult, and depends on the amount of time that you need to invest. And the unsolvable set. There is no unsolvable set in CAT paper. Lakapothe andaru pettestuntaru kada solutions. The time that you need to invest on solving a set. Okay. So you need to spend some more time on this set because lot of calculations in. Okay. Now skated graph, easy, which can be solved in less than 6 minutes. So I expect you guys to start your attempt with this set. Then puzzles, easy to moderate. If you are strong at puzzles, you can pick any of these 3 depending on your strength. If you consider you're strong in games and tournaments, you can do that. If you consider yourself strong in puzzles, yes. If you are weak in these 2, em cheyalo teliju, you can solve this. So how many of you left skated graph? Why? I didn't know start chesanannu. Spiral graph to start this. So students online, how many of you left the second set? Spiral graph, okay. Acceptable. But skated graph, ఎంతమంది వదిలేశారు? Many. అందుకనే 4 questions. For 4 questions, the percentile was 68. And the second set, every person can solve. Okay. Now coming to this set. Total marks are 120, theory marks are 60, practical 60, 130 to 64, 68, okay, 145, 69, 76. Now 150 to 77, 75. Now 156 and 84, 72 kada, 72, 163 and 77, 86, 174 and 89, 5 and 85. Now 190 and 94, 86. Sorry, 96. Now which question can I attempt first? During how many of the given semesters were the practical marks as a percentage of total marks greater than 50%? And half can ekku undali kada? Or can I say for the months where practical marks are greater than theory marks? For those months, the practical marks percentage was more than 50%. 50% eppudu avutundi? When both are equal. More than 50 ante theory marks kanna practical marks ekku undali. For how many months? Greater than 50 annadu kada. So you cannot consider this 1, 2, then 3, 4. 4 months. Clear? So you already have 3 months. Now, the theory marks as a percentage of total marks during any of the given semesters are at most. I can eliminate one option from the above 3. What is that? A. Endukane? 50% undi kada. 50% undi. So you can eliminate that. Now, can we have more than 50%? Yes. You can also eliminate this. Now you need to find whether the answer is 53.85 or 54.12. The theory marks as a percentage of total marks. Okay. So this is less than, this is equal to 50, less than 50, less than 50, more than 50, more than 50, less than 50, less than 50. Okay. So you need not consider for all these semesters. Okay. Aim consider cheyali 4th, 5th, and 7th. Now, 4th, 77 by 152. Then 84 by 156, 89 by 174. Now 77 by 152, 84 by 156, which is largest? Is largest? You need to compare this. I don't think so. 84 by 156 should be the largest. Should be the maximum between these two. Oksar calculate. 50. 53.8. 8. And this one 77 by 152, close to 50%. Because 77 double is 154. So it will be somewhat a little bit more than 50%. So you can also eliminate this. What is 89 by 174? 50. So you have 53.85 and that should be your answer. Clear? Now third, the percentage increase in practical marks during any of the given semesters as compared to previous semesters was at most. Okay. So 60 to 68. So denominator should be less and numerator should be more. So which one? This is 8 by 60. You need to compare 8 by 60. Then 8 by 68. That will be less than 8 by 60. So the consider chesukovalsina panle. -1 avasaram ledhu. -3 avasaram ledhu. 86, 72 by 86. 14 by 72. Then less and again increase. 11 by 85. Now can someone tell me the values? 8 by 60. 13 point something. Okay. 14 by 72. Okay. Then 11 by 85. This should be your answer. 18 point something. Sorry. Okay. 18 point something. Very closest another round it off. If it's greater more than 18.5, it will be 19 or less than 18.5, 18. 19 point. 19.44. So what's the answer? 18. ఎక్కడైనా తప్పు తీసుకున్నాము మనం 14 by 72. 86 minus 14. ఏది నాన్న? 8 by 68 we need not consider kada. Here you have 8 by 60. Here you have 8 by 68. 8 by 60 will be more than 8 by 68 kada. Now ఎక్కడైనా వాల్యూ తప్పు తీసుకున్నామా అని. So is this 77 plus 86? 85? 162? Okay. Okay. So then what's the answer? 13 by which is 18 point something. 18. So 18 should be the answer. Maybe. So my bad. 162 to 163 these. No. So you have answered first, second, and third. Now coming to fourth question.
So for such questions, can we use calculator in the exam?
You can use calculators.
Like for these kind of calculations.
For these type of calculations, you have an advantage of an on-screen calculator. Please make use of it. If you could manual గా చేస్తే ఇంకా దేనికి? Yes. నేను
Okay, sir.
అడిగారు ఎవరు అందుకని చెప్పు. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పు. ఏం అడిగావు రాకేష్? Wait, sixth one. Okay, so this is 160. Might be. కానీ ఇలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ స్కాట్ లో అయితే అడగట్లే మరి ఎంత 131 162 but still okay. I agree, you should be careful. Okay, but still అంటే మరి ఇంత క్లోజ్ అయితే అడగడు క్యాట్ లో, బట్ మేబీ ఐ హ్యావ్ ఆల్సో మిస్టేకెన్ కదా. Okay, now coming to fourth question. If there is one more semester, okay, ninth semester, the total marks increased by 10%, 199. Sorry, 19 kada, my bad, 209. And the theory marks become equal to practical marks. అంటే 104.5, 104.5. Then what is the percentage increase in theory marks as compared to previous semester? So 10.5 by 94 into 100. That will give you the answer. Now, can you solve these 4 questions in 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes? Then, so ఎవరికైతే 12 మార్క్స్ వచ్చాయో మినిమం 12 మార్క్స్ అవి ఈ క్వశ్చన్ సాల్వ్ చేయడం. సో దట్స్ ద రీజన్ 12 మార్క్స్ వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు 68% ఉన్నారు. అంటే దే గాట్ 68% ఆఫ్టర్ getting 12 marks. Okay, now if you need to increase your percentile, then ఇక్కడ నుంచి మీరు ఏం చేసుకోండి, how many questions you need to attempt. ఎందుకంటే ఇది అందరూ చేస్తారు, ఇవి చేయలేదంటే that's a big mistake. Okay, if you have done till here, everyone will do it till here. Now your attempt actually starts from this point. Clear? Now which set should we solve, first one or third one? Third one ఎంత మంది చేశారు? Puzzles. How many of you got it right? చేయడం అంటే all the 4 questions right. Okay, so which one should we discuss? Ida? Okay, so we have already read the question kada, you have already understood this. Now we have 4 bikes with 4 different 4 types belonging to different companies. Engines of 4 companies, brakes of 4 companies, and speedometers of 4 companies. You have one cheapest bike and costliest bike. Now let me consider bike 1 as the cheapest and bike 4 as the costliest. Okay, the e-speedometer is the costliest among 4 brands of speedometer. Okay, we have considered this. Close-up brakes are fitted with only cupola drives. Okay, now Shelin tires can be fitted only with Abco brakes and Bajaj engine. Then this will be Shelin, Bajaj, and then Abco. Okay, so those 3 should be a combination. Next, NRF tires cannot be fitted with Enfield, and GR tires can be fitted only with Yamaha engine. Yamaha candy, GR. Okay, then the costliest brakes are neither of Kando of Losa brand. Okay, costliest brakes are neither of Kando nor Losa. So brakes ఏమున్నాయి? Rakas or ABCO. So this can be either Rakas or ABCO. Okay. Now ABCO brakes and Lanta speedometers are used on the same mine. Okay. Which one? ABCO brakes. So which are the costliest? No, ABCO brakes and Lanta speedometer are used on the same bike. So which is the cost? Which are the costliest brakes? Rakas kada? It should be Rakas because ABCO and Lanta should be a combination. Now, if you have ABCO here, you need to have Lanta here. So this is Rakas, and if you have ABCO, this should be Lanta. Now you have one complete combination for a bike. It can be of remaining 3 bikes. Okay. Now, Bajaj engines are the cheapest among 4 engine brands. So this will be Shelin, Tazaz, ABCO, and Lanta. Done. Now, DILR speedometer cannot be used with Shelin nor Coppola tires. Okay. Which one? DILR speedometer. So speedometers lo inkem unnai? Losa can be fitted with Coppola. And what are the speedometers that are left with? DILR and Camp. Okay. Now DILR cannot be fitted with Coppola tires. So this should be Camp. Now ee data annitni aa table lo pettasaru. That's the challenge. Okay. Now what did we miss? NRF tires cannot be fitted with Enfield engine. Okay. So Enfield can be of either this or this or this. Okay. Losa brakes cannot be, Losa brakes are done. NRF tires cannot be fitted with Enfield. So what are the things left? No, NRF tires can be fitted with either what engines? Yamaha or Zonda. Or you also have, is nana? So Yamaha and ZR. This is one combination. So I can say that NRF or with Zonda. Coppola, Enfield. Why not Yamaha? Yamaha is ZR kada. Okay. So this should be for Enfield. Okay. So you have one more combination. Tires, Coppola. Then engine, Enfield. Then brakes. Brakes ఏంటి ఇందులో? Clamp and speedometer. Losa. Cam speedometer. Okay. So cam, Losa. This is ETRE and brakes. Raka kada. Now what are we left with? Speedometer of which brand? DILR.
DILR and Omni.
And what are the brakes? Cando, CA and DO. Okay. Now you need to fill only these 2 cells. Okay. So any information with respect to engines? No. Then tires, Yamaha ZR. So if this is Yamaha, this will be ZR. And if this is NRF, then Zonda. Two possible cases. Okay, so let's first check it questions. Now, which brand's engine is the costliest? Okay, so costliest, it can be either Zonda or Yamaha. Okay, so cannot be determined. Which speedometer is used along with Losa brakes? Camp. Which brand's brakes are the costliest? Rakas. And you can attempt this question. Either rakpoina, you can attempt third question, and which of the following combinations for a custom bike can be correct? Ziat Losa. No. Then NRF Camp. Possible? No, not possible. Zonda and Edre. Possible? Can be annadu kada. So when you have Zonda here, Zonda and ETR. And last one, Genfield and Kando. Possible kada? Why? Sorry. Yeah, Genfield అయిపోయింది కదా, my bad. Zonda and Yamaha మిగిలింది. So not possible. So the answer for this question should be Zonda and. So you can attempt this question before attempting first question only when you have practiced enough number of puzzles. అంటే ఈ టేబుల్ డ్రా చేసుకోగలిగితే this is an easy set. Now if you are not confident about solving this question, then you can either attempt the first question or the question from games and on. Clear? So how many of you have solved this question? Okay, so and all the 4 questions correct. This is a doable question plus the previous total 8 and I can expect 24 marks from everyone. My previous question 10 minutes lo chesaru anukundi, poni 15 minutes. You'll have around 20 to 25 minutes to solve one more set. You can solve this question in 20 to 25 minutes. So 24 marks kuda raledante, please and increase your preparation. Or there can be some drawbacks in your strategy also. And ఎవరో చెప్పినట్టు ఈజీ క్వశ్చన్స్ లాస్ట్ లో చేద్దామని పెట్టుకుని ఉండొచ్చు, బట్ ఐ నెవర్ డూ దట్. ఈజీ క్వశ్చన్స్ లాస్ట్ లో, బికాస్ అవి లాస్ట్ లో అంటే దానికి ఒక స్పెసిఫిక్ టైం ఉంచుకోవాలి మీరు. లాస్ట్ 10 minutes అన్నో 8 minutes అన్నో. ఓకే, కొంచెం అంటే వేరే సెట్ సాల్వ్ చేయడానికి ఇంకొంచెం ఎక్కువ టైం పట్టింది అనుకోండి. ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఓన్లీ 6 minutes టు సాల్వ్ ఎన్ ఈజీ క్వశ్చన్, దెన్ వాట్ విల్ యూ డూ? Okay, so rather attempt easy questions first. Don't touch difficult questions. Identify your strengths. What are you good at? Puzzles or games and tournaments or data interpretation. Then the next set should be that. So one set aithe attempt cheyali pakkaga. Okay, the second set should be based on your strengths. Clear?
So for this mock, ideally 3 sets are good, right?
3 sets are good. And see, when you solve your paper after giving the exam, every question seems to be a doable question only. But the real challenge is solving questions in that stipulated time with that exam brush. If I discuss this question in class, I'll get answers from most of the students. And ilanti question exam lo ichinappudu, why are you not able to solve? So 3 sets ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారు చేసిన వాళ్ళు? 12 questions from logical reasoning section. చేయడం అంటే 36 marks. Okay, so 36 marks in this paper might get you around 98+% in LRDI section. That's for sure. Okay, so set ఈజీగా ఉన్నదా కష్టంగా ఉన్నదా అని వదిలేస్తాను. సో ఆఫ్టర్ అంటే నేను కూడా ఇప్పుడు చేయగలుగుతున్నాను బోర్డు మీద, మేబీ నేను కూడా ఎగ్జామ్ రాస్తే నేను కూడా చేయలేను, బికాస్ ఎగ్జామ్ లో డిఫరెంట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ప్రెషర్ ఉంటుంది, డిఫరెంట్ స్టేట్ ఆఫ్ మైండ్ ఉంటుంది. సో కన్సిడరింగ్ ఆల్ దిస్, ఐ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ యూ గైస్ టు సాల్వ్ అట్లీస్ట్ 2 sets. అది నేను అన్నాను. సో if you can do 3 sets, that's really good, wonderful, but please make sure of attempting 2 sets. Okay, so next mock lo ante if you are lacking with accuracy ledanukondi, so try attempting only 1 set. ఒక్క సెట్ అటెంప్ట్ చేయండి 12 మార్క్స్ ఓకే ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ గెట్ 68 పర్సెంటైల్ ఆర్ 78 పర్సెంటైల్ దట్స్ ఫైన్ అది అటెంప్ట్ చేయండి నెక్స్ట్ మార్క్ కూడా ఓన్లీ 1 సెట్ అటెంప్ట్ చేయండి 4 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆర్ 5 క్వశ్చన్స్ టు బి ఆన్ అ సేఫర్ సైడ్ okay so once you are confident about getting 5 questions correct in any kind of paper then let's increase the number of attempts first 36 attempts chesesi 10 correct aithe em labham you cannot also analyze your mistakes also em mistake జరిగిందో తెలియదు జై బాబా అని అనుకుంటూ పెట్టుకు వెళ్ళిపోలేం కదా guesses so just limit your attempts okay 20 attempts అయితే 20 చేయండి 60 marks or 56 marks fine 24 attempts 24 చేయండి సో లెర్న్ ఫ్రమ్ యువర్ మిస్టేక్స్ ఏ క్వశ్చన్ తప్పైంది ఎందుకు వదిలేదు సో దట్ దోస్ విల్ నెవర్ బి రిపీటెడ్ ఇన్ ద ఫ్యూచర్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ అంతే సో మీరు ఎక్కువ అటెంప్ట్ చేస్తే అనాలిసిస్ కూడా కష్టం అయిపోతుంది క్లియర్ ఓకే సో దిస్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఈజీ క్వశ్చన్ నౌ దిస్ వన్ గేమ్స్ అండ్ టోర్నమెంట్స్ this one how many of you did not solve question from games and tournaments idi okay so we'll solve both okay first coming to games and tournaments now session 1 BKR and NI both won against PD NI PD so first ఈ టేబుల్ గీసుకుంటే అయిపోయింది ఈ 2 టేబుల్స్ గీసుకుంటే గేమ్ ఓవర్ నా బీకేఆర్ వన్ అగేన్స్ట్ పీడి అంటే పీడి లాస్ట్ అగేన్స్ట్ బీకేఆర్ దెన్ ఎన్ఐ వన్ అగేన్స్ట్ పీడి లాస్ట్ అగేన్స్ట్ ఎన్ఐ డన్ నౌ ఆర్బిసి వన్ అగేన్స్ట్ బీకేఆర్ ఆర్బిసి వన్ అగేన్స్ట్ BKR and BKR lost to RBC sorry and sorry RBC won against BKR and CSK sorry CKS right so okay RCB won against CSK lost to RCB but lost against NI. So RBC, sorry, NI, RBC. So NI won against RBC and RBC lost to NI. Now CSK and GL both lost against SHR. So you have SHR, CKS and GL. దాన్ని కూడా ఎల్జీ చేసేయచ్చు కదా డైరెక్ట్ గా పెట్టాడు గుజరాత్ లైన్స్ సో SHR వన్ అగేన్స్ట్ CKS SHR వన్ అగేన్స్ట్ GL సో GL lost against SHR and CKS lost against SHR. So you are given with all the 7 matches held in session 1 equally distributed kada so 7 matches in session 1 7 matches in session 2 and 7 matches in session 3 now CSK SHR GL and RCB all won against PD 1 against PD 1 so PD lost all the matches okay so CKS PD SHR then GL and RBC okay ఈ ఇంటర్ప్రిటేషన్ అర్థమవుతుంది కదా anyone having difficulty in this interpretation anyone consider yourself weak in games and tournaments okay now session 3 BKR and CKS won against GL BKR and CKS 1 against GL. 1 against GL. CKS 1 against GL. So GL lost to BKR, GL lost to CKS. Then CKS and SHR and GL lost against NI. CKS, SHR and GL. Okay. So lost. So is nana CKS, SHR and GL lost against NI kada. So SHR lost against NI. Correct kada? Okay. So NI won 3 games. NI won against CKS, SHR and GL. Now RCB won 2 matches. Okay, so RCB played with every team except SHR and GL. So the 2 matches here are RCB versus SHR and RCB versus or RBC versus GL. So 1-1. So these 2 teams lost. Okay. Now inkenti BKR versus NI, BKR versus CKS, BKR versus SHR. Ee 3 unnai. So we need to fill these 3. Now no team won exactly 4 matches. Edinana? NI lost to BKR. Why? No team has won exactly 4 matches. Okay, inkemana ichada? Now SHR lost to BKR. So if this is a win, you will be having 4 wins, which is not possible. Edinana? BKR, sorry, 1 against SHR. Okay, then BKR either should win both the matches or BKR should lose both the matches. This is a possibility because you cannot have 4 Ws here, 4 wins. Okay, either this can be win-win or lose-lose. Now, is this an open set?
Yes.
Now, which of the following teams could win all the matches it played? Okay. So, okay, this has definitely lost 1 match. CKS lost 1 match. It cannot be SHR, cannot be GL. It should be NI. Now, who among the following definitely won more than 1 match in session 2? CKS. More than 1 match annadu kada. Okay. SHR, BKR. Definitely. Who among the following definitely won more than 1 match in session 2? Okay. So options are CKS, SHR, BKR. Definitely annadu. Okay. Now what are these? Inkokati ikkada update cheyaledu kada. BKR 1 against SHR. BKR 1 against SHR and definitely 1 annadu. So it could be BKR or may not be. May or may not be. So BKR kaadu. Okay. Then CKS cannot be. Okay. SHR 1 less. So answer should be cannot be determined. Now what is the highest number of matches that CKS could lose? 4. Now can we have CKS losing this match with BKR? Undi kada. When BKR can win both the matches, you can have CKS losing this. So the answer for this question should be 4. If CKS and SHR together won 5 matches. Okay. So CKS and SHR together won 5 matches. And these two should be sorry. CK is already loss. Okay. Both wins for and together win 5 matches అన్నాడు కదా. ఒక్క నిమిషం కాదు, ఇంతకు ముందు ఏముండదు.
CKS won, sir.
This can be either win or loss. This is win or loss. Okay. Now ఈ రెండు సెల్స్ ఖాళీ కదా. సో CKS won 2 matches, DKR won sorry SHR అన్నాడా. Okay, so SR ఒక్క నిమిషం. If CKS and SHR won 5 matches together, అంటే this should be a loss. So if this is a loss, this should be win, this should be win, and this should be loss. Okay. So if that's the case, then how many teams won 5 matches? So you have DKR and NI and RBC. So you have 3 teams winning 5 matches. And this completes the set. Okay. So out of the 3 sets that we have solved today, second was the easiest. Then either puzzles or games and tournaments are the first question. 8 questions చేయగలమా? Yes.
Yes, sir.
And please don't be so desperate about getting marks in mocks. Please don't be desperate. Either CAT lo meer desperateness unnadante it's fine, but these are mocks. Please try to understand why are you guys writing mocks, just to analyze them. So don't try to get 99 percentile in mocks. That should not be your aim. నీకు mock లో 99 percentile వస్తే పీకేదేం లేదు. అవి అహ్మదాబాద్ వాడేమి ఇవి కన్సిడర్ చేయడు కదా. Okay. So please understand why you are writing mocks, just to analyze your mistakes. అంతే. సో మీ స్కోర్స్ అవన్నీ మేమేం కన్సిడర్ చేయము. ఫైన్. ఇఫ్ యూ గెట్ 0 percentile or 0 marks also, that's fine. But you need to learn something from a mock that you have given. ఆ లెర్నింగ్ లేకపోతే ఇంక మార్క్స్ రాసి బెస్ట్. సో స్కోర్ చేసేద్దాం, టాప్ 10 లో ఉందాం అని చెప్పేసి మాత్రం అనుకోకండి. బికాస్ when I was preparing, there was one guy called Kiran Verma. So career launcher mocks ఉంటాయి కదా. So in all the mocks, he used to be in the top 10 students in the country. 99.99, 100 ఎప్పుడు రాలేదు, but 99.99. But in actual CAT, he ended up getting 71 percentile or 72%. There are many examples like that. Previous లో కూడా ఒక స్టూడెంట్ ఉండేది అపెక్స్ లో. She used to get 100 percentile, ఒకసారి 100 percentile కూడా వచ్చింది. But in the actual mock, she ended up getting 82 percentile. Because mock రాసినప్పుడు ఫ్రీ మైండ్, ఏ ప్రెజరు లేదు, హ్యాపీగా రాసేవాళ్ళు. But when she attempted the real CAT, she fumbled. అంటే నేను మాట్లాడలేదు తనతో, కానీ మీ అండ్ సూరజ్ సార్ డిస్కస్ అబౌట్ హర్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్స్. సెంటర్ నుంచి బయటకు వచ్చేసి, సార్ నాకు రాదు, నేను అటెంప్ట్ చేయలేకపోయాను. ఎందుకంటే షీ కెనాట్ హ్యాండిల్ దట్ ప్రెషర్. ఓకే. సో ప్లీజ్ ట్రై టు అండర్స్టాండ్ వై యు ఆర్ రైటింగ్ మార్క్స్. నాకు మీ దగ్గర నుంచి 99 percentile అవేమి నేను ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయను. బట్ యూ నీడ్ టు మేక్ షూర్ దట్ పేపర్ ఎంత కష్టంగా వచ్చినా సరే, యూఆర్ అటెంప్టింగ్ 8 questions in LRDI section. If you can get that confidence, I'm sure that you will get more than 98 percentile in original CAT in the main exam. Paper ఎలా ఉండేవాడు, I'm confident about getting 8 questions right. నేను ఎలాగున్నా సరే నేను చేస్తాను, చాలు. So you need to attempt CAT with that confidence. Quant కూడా అంతే. Any difficult questions రానివ్వండి, out of 22 or 24 questions or 22 questions last year. If you can attempt, అంటే if you're confident about getting 8 questions right, మీరు 8 questions వస్తాయని కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ తో వెళ్తే you'll be attempting 12 or 13 questions for sure in the month of October. అంటే how many questions అన్న వాళ్ళు రిలీజ్ చేయరు, they'll release the time duration of the exam, whether it's going to be a 2 years or 2 hours exam or a 3-hour exam. And always slot 1 will be the best. You will have that element of surprise or something. Elanti instincts ఉండవు, analysis ఉండవు. Slot 3 అయితే వరస్తుంది నాకు. నేను ఎవరి ఫోన్ రిసీవ్ చేయండి, నేను క్యాట్ అయ్యే వరకు. అంటే నాది 2 సార్లు స్లాట్ 3 పడింది. నాకు వస్తుంది. ఐ వాంట్ దట్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ సర్ప్రైజ్. సార్ క్వాంట్ ఈజీగా ఇచ్చాడు, నాకెందుకు చదువుకోండి ఫస్ట్ కదా, మీ పని మీరు చూసుకొని నాకెందుకు. ఐ వాంట్ దట్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ సర్ప్రైజ్. అలా రాస్తేనే బాగుంటుంది కానీ కదా. నౌ సో ఇఫ్ యూ ఫైండ్ టైమ్ in your CAT, you can attempt this set also, but I don't expect you guys to solve 3 sets now. So next set, please, 8 questions, 24 marks. Only if you think that you are weak in logical reasoning and data interpretation, 4 questions, 12 marks తీసుకుంటారు. So we are in July now. వచ్చింది అంటే 30 అయిపోయింది కదా. So July, so you will be writing 20, 22, 23 marks రాస్తారు. So every mock ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఇంక్రీజ్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళినా సరే you can end up having 13 questions or 14 questions. Okay, so start with 4 questions. Who consider themselves weak at LRDA? If you are strong at LRDA, 2 sets compulsory గా చేయాలి. I want 24 marks. Those who consider LRDA as one of their strengths. Okay, దాన్ని 12 questions, 13 questions, maximum 14 questions. Okay, so consistency is more important. Now,
Sir, excuse
yes.
me, sir. Sir, while analyzing the mock, do we need to analyze all the questions or else what we attempted only?
So you need to analyze all the questions. So when you write mocks, first thing that you need to analyze is the mistakes that you have committed and the why the question that you have attempted was wrong. Why is that incorrect? What was the mistake that you have committed? Calculation mistake? Did you miss that concept? Or did you misunderstood the question or something? Even kada. First analysis ante why the question went wrong, why the attempt went wrong. That's more important. Now, second, now knowingly you will skip some questions and thinking that this will take time or this is and this will, and you know how to solve that question, but still you will skip that question. అంతే కదా. స్పీడ్ టైమ్ అండ్ డిస్టెన్స్ నుంచి ఒక లెంతీ క్వశ్చన్ ఇచ్చారు అనుకోండి, you know how to solve questions from speed, time and distance, but for that time being you will skip it. You need to solve those type of questions. Okay, then you should come to the questions that you have left. Okay, first a mistakes aye, analyzing them are very important. Second, why did you miss a question from already covered topic, like speed, time and distance gani, time and work gani, then mixtures and allegations, e topics nunchi if you missed any question, then you have to analyze it, why you have missed that, and what did you find it difficult in attempting that question. Then you can come to the questions that you have left in the exam. Okay,
Yes, sir.
coming to this question. So 360 degrees, Peterson, Layton, Steve, Reeve, Mike, Tony, Stark, and Robin. Okay, now let me consider Peterson was given what, X pair of shoes, X pairs of shoes. Okay, so he was given with only data of 1 month, so that's the reason the central angle is 360. Now we do not kada. So what is this 216 degrees? The angle formed by the sector corresponding to the number of pairs of shoes of first month. Now this angle is 216. Now what is this angle? 360 minus 216, 164, 154, 164 kada, sorry 360, 144. Now what is the ratio of these two? 3:2. Now can I say the number of the ratio between these two numbers. And this is first month, second month, number of pairs of shoes in third, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, can I say the ratio of number of shoes which was sold in first month to second month will be in the ratio 3:2? Ante kada. This central angle resembles what? The number of pairs of shoes sold in first month, and 144 degrees correspond to number of pairs of shoes sold in second month. The ratio of these two angles should be equal to the ratio of the number of pairs of shoes sold in first month and second month. And then, for example, if you have 30 shoes sold in first month and 20 shoes sold in second month, if you make a pie chart, you'll have this. Clear? Is it clear? Yes or no? Okay. Now, coming to the data with respect to 3 months. So, this will be 3x, this will be 2x. Now, can I say this 3x is 144 degrees here? Now, if 3x is 144 degrees, what will be 2x? 96 degrees. Then what will be this? 144 plus 96. 240. 360 minus 240. How many of you did not understand this? Students online. You can message me in the chat box. How many of you did not understand this? Okay. Now, if the number of, at least did you understand this? Is it 3x allowed, 2x allowed? Okay. Now, in third month, you have a pie chart with 3 values. Number of shoes sold in first month, number of shoes sold in second month, and third month. Now, is there any change in number of shoes sold in first month, second month, or third month, first month and second month? Now, why there is a decrease in this angle? Because extra number of shoes add a. And then, now earlier, you have a pie chart like this, where this is 216 degrees, this is 144 degrees. The number of shoes sold are 3x, 2x. Now there is a reduction in these degrees. Is this reduction because of the number of shoes decreased in or decrease in value of 3x and 2x? No, it is same. Okay, but why there is a decrease in degrees? Because you have one more factor adding here, one more parameter or one more number of pairs which were sold in third month coming into picture. Anduvalla, the 216 has become how much? 144 now. And then, now if this is 144, now we know that the ratio of number of shoes sold in first month and second month are in the ratio of 3:2. Now, if 3x corresponds to 144 degrees, then 2x will correspond to 96. There is no change. There is no change in the number of shoes sold in first month and second month. This is 144. This is 96. The central angle is 360. What will be this? 120. Now, from here, can I say then ratio of number of shoes sold in first month to second month to third month will be in the ratio 144:96:120. Now this is 24 threes. This is 24 6 4 5. Now the ratio of these three numbers should be in the ratio 6:4:5. Now coming to next month. Now next month there is still decrease in the angle subtended by this sector. This has become 96. Now if 6x is 96, What will be 4x? Then what will be 5x? Then what will be this? 96 plus 64, 160. 160 plus 80, 240. 240 and this is 120. Now these are the angles subtended by the corresponding sectors at the center. Now with 96, it's 64, it's 80, it's 120. Now the ratio. Enta? 96, 64, 80, 120. Now 24 fours. So 24 avadu kada. 16, 16 6, 16 fours, 16 5s, 8 okay, 8 12s, 8 8s, 8 10s, 8 15s. Now we have the ratio here. 12, 8, 10, 15. Okay. Now, will there be any change in the ratios? Now, this 12 corresponds to 72. Now, if 12 corresponds to 72, 8 will be 48, 10 will be, and 15 will be 90. Yeah? Okay. Now, sum of all this. 120, 120 plus 1. Idanta? This is 90. Okay. Now again, the ratio will be 12 is to 8 is to 10 is to 15 is to 15. Now again, 12 is 54 now. Then what will be 8? 20. 20 avadu kada into this is 54, this is 36, this will be 40. Okay, this one and this one will be 67.5. Now you can find this angle. Okay, so if you solve it in this way, you will finally get the ratio of the number of shoes sold in these 8 months. From that, you can answer this question. So if you need to leave or skip any question, this should be that. Clear? So next mock rasnappudu koncham be somewhat careful. You need to know which sets to attempt and which sets to leave. So I have already attempted mock 3. Paper ela undante nenu cheppanu asalu cheppanu neeku asalu cheppanu nenu kada. Okay, so always write with a clear mind. Ekku pressure teeskokandi. That's fine. And always try to have a good accuracy first. మీరు 99% అంటే నేననే కాదు ఎవరు ఇక్కడ చూడరు 99 వచ్చిందా 100 వచ్చిందా యువర్ టాపరా అలాంటివి ఏం కాదు. All you need to do is you need to learn from the marks that you have already given. దాని నుంచి ఒక లెర్నింగ్ ఉండాలి so that you can get good score in the next mock or main cat. Okay, so let's call it a day and we'll see you guys in the next class. So you have one more class for batch 3 and 5 numbers. You can shift to that room.
Sir, you will be taking tomorrow geometry?
No, tomorrow there is change in plan. We are not starting geometry this week. Okay, so we'll be starting geometry next week. Not for anyone.
Tomorrow
No.
classes?
Yeah, for batches 1 to 4, you have classes on weekends. Tomorrow from 9:30 to 12:45. Students 1 to 4.
Sir, on what topic do we have?
So you have DI and numbers.
Sir, numbers are done for batch 2, I guess.
So it will be application on numbers then.
Oh, okay,
Sir, the
sir.
first question you will be solving in next class. The first.
So we'll solve first question in the next class. Or I can also upload a recording also. So don't worry.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So students of batches 1, 2 and 4. So you have classes tomorrow.
Okay, sir.